Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 1st through the 7th, and during that time, we will have a first quarter moon that comes in on the 4th. And, the first quarter moon can be a time where we feel a little bit impulsive and impatient. Your mind can be quite active. uh you might get a little frustrated, just kind of hard to focus on anything. So we then move into the waxing gibbous, which does allow us that kind of break from that sort of energy, a little bit better time to focus, really listen to your intuition, be a little bit more introspective, so just a little calmer. So keep those moon energies in mind as we are moving through the week. All right, this will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, your overall message for this reading is you're very close to achieving your goal. All right, let's see what the Pisces Collective has going on this week. And as I'm shuffling, Pisces, I would like to say that since my readings are free, all that I ask of you is that you hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel. It's super easy for you to do. And I'll give you just a moment while I'm shuffling to do that right now. Thank you so much. And if you're not aware, which there was a time when I wasn't, so I don't pretend that everyone knows how to use YouTube, but you do need to be signed into YouTube or Google to subscribe to channels. I know there was a time when I was very new to YouTube and or using it, and my kids asked me, are you subscribed to this channel, that channel? No. Why? Oh, how? So anyway, just to let you know, some of you may not be aware that you do need to be signed in. But anyway, also, if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I'm starting to see, repeating people coming back. And I just want to say that I see you and I appreciate you. So thank you so much. All right. Also, my weekly message for this week is that you take time to meditate today. Go within, still yourself, quiet your mind, and just explore. If you already do this, you know what I mean. If meditation is something that you don't practice, it's just a really good time to start it, even if it's on that on the 4th with that first quarter moon, when that day is a little bit hectic. Just take 5 or 10 minutes to yourself, get quiet, try to just kind of calm everything down a little bit. So it's just a really good thing to try to start working into your daily routine. All right, without further ado, Pisces, let's get into this reading. June 1st through the 7th. Pisces, you're so very close to achieving your goal. Your overall present energy, King of Wands. So, King of Wands is about what lights your fire, and this is sitting in an energy of really just it's knowledge about a thing. There's something that you're very passionate about and you know everything about it. You've read every book about it, you've studied everything about it. And not only do you have an understanding about it, but you have an understanding when it comes to your kingdom, the people around you. Who else is lit by this topic? Something. So that's a very nice energy to have there. In your current situation is the Lover's card. So interesting. This Lovers have come out so much this week. I just did the Aquarius reading, same position also. It's on people's minds, these relationships. So let's see where this goes. At the root of your situation is a little bit of dissatisfaction when it comes to the emotional realm. So it could have something to do with, with passion. Something here with this Lover's card. Is there something that you're maybe less than thrilled about, Pisces? Let's see. In your recent past, Two of Wands. So kind of thinking about the future. Also, let's see, kind of thinking about the future and when it comes to passion, but feeling a little bit of dissatisfaction kind of at the root of this. So if that's the case, you may need to bring this up with your partner. Say, hey, I'm feeling, just, you have to express yourself. You're very close to achieving a goal. And it may be that, maybe the romantic part is one part of your puzzle that you'd like to put together better, right? What's on your mind? Here's another two with the Two of Cups. So this partnership is definitely on your mind. There's something that you probably do need to address in the way of passion. Maybe there's been less passion. Maybe that you need to take a look at that. But I'm also seeing a couple of twos here, so you might want to look up that number, angel number 22, see if that has any sort of significance for you. So what is just ahead of you is the Knight of Swords coming in pretty hot. Look at that horse there. Knight of Swords is about air energy. So this is, words, commentary, something that might be coming into you, that you might say a thing. You might want to make sure you know what you're about to say, because this is something that comes in quick. You're saying it so quickly that you're even scaring the horse. So watch maybe, think about your words. Don't, not to watch them, but maybe think about them before something comes out that, that maybe you don't want to come out as in that way. You want to make sure that you're at least being sensitive, especially if we're talking about a relationship here. In your advice position is the Six of Swords. So you're heading towards a place of really, thinking new thoughts. And this is much calmer water. This is way calmer than this Knight of Swords coming in, right? So your advice is to maybe calm down. Think about the future a little bit. Think about, how you want to manage things. Again, maybe you don't want to just come in with fiery words, and maybe that's how you typically deal with things, but we're going to just calm down a little bit. That's your advice, is to really think about these words as you're heading towards them. To maybe avoid this Knight of Swords coming in so quickly. What is beyond your control this week is the Star card. So the Star card is a card of direction. It's a card of being on course. It's a card of kind of being drawn to something and you're not even really sure why, but you're, kind of following the signs of the universe, that sort of thing. So, and I would say that with the six here, that's being drawn to a way of being, right? Being drawn to, these new thoughts, these new ideas, these, and maybe new words that are coming out that are more well thought out than the Knight would be. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? Ace of Cups, a heart overflowing here. So, you know, I would hope that your secret desire, that maybe you're wanting to kind of do, some sort of little rejuvenation or something. You're feeling a little bit dissatisfied. So let's make sure that this Knight here doesn't get in the way of that. Um, that this messaging moving forward is about, these cups overflowing. We've got these cups here. We want to turn these dissatisfied cups, right here from this card, into coming together in a good partnership. And letting those, look at the Star card with the those emotions flowing out onto the practicality of the land, right? This is um balancing that emotion and practical side. So think about that with these thoughts moving forward. And this will be your big question: is it your secret desire for your heart to be overflowing, or are you trying to avoid that? If you are, you're going to maybe be stuck in this energy here. So something for you to think about as you're working on your meditation this week. In your outcome position, another two. So now we do have three twos on the table. So look up angel number 222, but this is kind of indecision, and it's indecision in that air realm, in that sword realm. So, maybe it's indecision about these thoughts right here. We were talking about this Knight and these thoughts that you're moving forward, and maybe you really just don't know the words to say. And maybe if you're not sure what that is, maybe it's best to say nothing at the moment. You're kind of stuck in this indecision. But think about this Ace of Cups. That's your big question for the week. Are you trying to avoid a heart overflowing, or is that your secret desire? What is hidden from you this week is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is kind of the queen of intellect, but also she can be very sharp. She can say what she means. It is a more maternal energy, and an energy of understanding that realm. And for her, it's the realm of air. So it's the realm of thoughts and words. But she can also be very biting. So I'm going to say maybe let's try to avoid that. What's the saying? If you can't say anything nice, then shut up. No, I'm just, if you, I say that to my kids all the time because I think it's funny, but if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So I'm going to say that you may need to just kind of watch that this week. You're very close to achieving your goal. Was your overall message card? Is it the goal in this relationship to to not be so biting, to not say those things that are so cutting, to maybe have a little bit of a softer approach here with this Ace of Cups. So, all right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Pisces, June 1st through 7th. Admit your vulnerabilities. I've seen that card a couple of times this week. All things in moderation. So, and I think for you this week, it is about moderating your mouth, moderating those words that might come out and might be a little bit biting. Again, let's not scare the world with this Knight of Swords here. Nobody wants to see that coming at them. Think about your thoughts. It's in your advice card here, is to really think about the words that you're saying, and think about them, and look at the calm water that's in this card. Think about it in a time when you're calm. Don't emotionally fly off the handle. If there's something you're dissatisfied about and things start to amp up, that's the time to maybe just walk away. Sit in this indecision place about just not saying anything, and decide that you want to, you need to think about this. Do you want to say things that are positive to this relationship or not? Because that's kind of going to be your choice this week. So, Pisces, I really appreciate you being here with me today. I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what it is you're going through. Let me know, did you have to bite your tongue this week? Did something come out that you didn't want to, or were you able to do that and kind of sit in a place where you were able to just be quiet, and not egg this situation on, this situation of being dissatisfied? This too will pass, right? This too shall pass. So anyway, again, I appreciate your time here with me. Please join me next week, and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Again, if you like my reading style, please hit like and subscribe. It'll help you find me next week, and that's very important for you. So again, Pisces, thank you so much. Good luck with this, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.